Blessings and peace. You have reached my Aisha Speaks Jade live audio. I'm making this up from Tuesday, which was June 26th. So I hope that you enjoy this live audio as well. So today what I'm going to speak on, and side note, please listen to my motivational Monday makeup video that I just did for June 25th. And hopefully you will listen to my replay that is available right now when I'm done, you can listen to it. So today I'm going to talk about surviving. Are you surviving or are you thriving in life? Again, are you or do you want to survive or survive in life? And there is a difference between surviving and thriving. So let's continue. There is a fundamental difference between thriving and surviving. Surviving means to continue to live or exist, while thrive can be defined as to grow or develop well, to prosper or to flourish. Let me read that again. Excuse me. Surviving means to continue to live or exist, while thriving can be defined as to grow or develop well, to prosper or to flourish. How come when so many of us claim to have a goal of thriving, the majority of us are still just thriving? That's a good question. And I'm going to ponder on that for myself, but I would like for you guys to kind of ask that question for yourself as well. And if you don't mind, put that in my comment box. How come when so many of us claim to have a goal of thriving, the majority of us are still just surviving? Is it fear? Do you think it's fear? Do you feel like you won't prosper? You won't move ahead? Are you listening to someone else? Is somebody else getting in your ear where they're telling you if you push forward to thrive, you're not going to amount or you're not going to make it? Because, sometimes for some people, other people's words or influence can play an effect. Also, sometimes the fear of thriving, we could have that fear of thriving. So it just really depends. It's an individual choice. So let's dive more into this. Perhaps his fear. Just said so. Perhaps his fear of the unknown. Yes. The fear of unknown or habit. Here's the exciting part. Just thinking about a life beyond surviving puts you closer to thriving. The first step is to determine whether you're in survival mode. So I think I can relate to that. Having the fear of unknown. I'm honest with myself. There's been times that I have thought, okay, if I make it, how is that going to feel? Like really get to where I want to be. How is that going to feel for me? Because sometimes, or a lot of times, we're so used to having a routine, the same habit, that we become comfortable in it and we don't want to break that. And as far as working, if you're comfortable in working, that's good because, again, that's all individual choice. But for me, I don't look to retire from someone else's business or corporation. I look to retire and be full-time into my own, where I can be as flexible as I want. I can get up when I want. I can do what I want because it's my business. Or I should say our business, because I'm co-business owner in a business. So Yeah, I don't want to retire from the present job that I have, or, any job, any other corporation. I want to do my thing. So here are signs if you're living in survival mode. You choose the path at least resistance. You are more reactive than proactive. You blame circumstances or others or find excuses when things go wrong. You feel there is never enough to go around. You don't speak your mind because others might disagree. You don't listen to hear, you listen to answer. You see failures as the end result of things gone wrong. Change scares you. I want to read that again because this is for me as well. These are signs you're living in survival mode. You choose the path of least resistance. It's almost like you don't want to challenge yourself, or step out of that comfort box or comfort zone. You are more reactive than proactive. You're always reactive. You blame circumstances on others or find excuses when things go wrong. Now, people, I know some of us have done it before. Let's not act. Yes. You feel there is never enough to go around. You don't speak your mind because others might disagree. Well, that's life. People are not going to always be in agreement with each other. You're going to agree to disagree, and that's okay. If you can come to a balance, that's great. If not, as long as no one is hurting each other, say what you got to say and just move forward. Learn to move forward. Don't hold on to it. It's not good holding on to things from experience. It's not. And that's what I'm going through. Learning to not hold on. And it can be a process. But let's not make excuses. Let's work towards what we need to do to make ourselves better, because it starts with us. We can't change other people, but we certainly can change our ways and our habits. You don't listen to hear, you listen to answer. That kind of makes me think about being on the defense. Especially if there's a person coming from a good place, like example, if you have a friend or a mate, a partner, husband, wife, whatever, or, a bestie, and they're coming from a good place to give constructive criticism, and you're just in that defense mode. We have to work on that too. You see failure as the end result of things gone wrong. So if there are things that go wrong, that's okay. I believe it's a learning lesson. And I can say that now because I'm still on a journey. But I can say that I used to be really kind of on this, how can I say it? If something didn't go wrong, sometimes I had that mindset okay, that's it. Nothing else is going to go, nothing's going to go right. Everything I do is going to go wrong. No, you're speaking that you're speaking that out there into the universe. We have to channel our minds and we have to think different. That, okay, this particular thing didn't go right. We can work it out. We can find other options, or we can find other alternatives or options where we can learn from what didn't go right to work on what we can make better. And change scares you. Change can scare people. It definitely does. It can make you uncomfortable. That's where that fear comes into, and you're like, nope, sure don't want to do it. I'm comfortable where I'm at. But then on the other side of it, you're like, well, why isn't things happening? So you have to work on learning how to change that fear up. Or, again, it's all about the mindset. So, how do you know it's time to thrive? How do you know it's time to thrive? Maybe you have a nagging sense that there is something bigger you were meant to do. Perhaps you want to start some self-exploring, a meditation practice, or to let go of unhealthy habits that no longer feel aligned with who you are. When you get past living paycheck to paycheck and realize that you don't want the purpose of your life to be paying bills and accumulating things, then you have glimpsed the unbounded possibility of this life. I know for me and so many other people, who wants to live paycheck to paycheck? Who wants to go to work just to pay bills? That's not how life is set up. Life is meant for you to do what you need to do and enjoy it while we are here. Not just, okay, I got my paycheck, let me pay a rent or mortgage or car note or child care or gas, electric, water, whatever the responsibility is. And when you're done with that, you're like, damn, I don't have any money to enjoy things that I want to enjoy. So no, life is not meant to live paycheck to paycheck. Go out, live your life, align yourself. Go out and do some meditation. Whatever you've wanted to do, work on that goal to do it. So you finally realize it's time to thrive. Now what? Thriving happens when you have a life of purpose, vitality, connection, and celebration. This isn't tied to a specific salary, job title, type of car, relationship. Material possessions are not part of the recipe to thrive. Okay, so here are four steps to stop surviving and start thriving. Number 1, know yourself. People who are attuned to their own strengths and weaknesses are more able to clearly define what they enjoy doing every day. So know yourself. There are many resources out there to help you learn about your learning and communication style, such as the standard Myers-Briggs test. You can Google it. They have the DASHA quiz or Gallup's Strengths Finders assessment. Also, they have Enneagrams. When you spend time learning about yourself, it reminds you how unique we all are. Some people feel revitalized after alone time, while others need to connect and share to feel recharged. When you feel your best, who is around you and what are you doing? Identifying this strengthens your ability to recognize your own likes. So this is know yourself. And I'm going to post this up. Hopefully I can do it. 2, choose to fill your day with activities that use your skills, strengths, and passions. A simple exercise is to make 2 lists. The first one should describe everything you do each day. Okay, so maybe you might want to try it. The second one should list the activities that you love to do. Compare the list and adjust so that the maximum time possible is spent on the activities that benefit your body, your mind, or your spiritual well-being. You might have to try that. Try it out. You never know unless you try it. 3, surround yourself with other thrivers. When you surround yourself with colleagues and or friends who have big ideas and are doing something to make them happen, it motivates you to keep moving towards what you want. I always say, be around positive, like-minded people, because when you're around negative or miserable people, it just keeps bringing you down till you hit the floor. So connect yourself. I know for some it can be challenging. Some people are not so social. But small steps, people. Take small steps. Or find another avenue that's positive where you can absorb that positive vibe and those positive energies to get connected with that. 4, thrive physically, mentally, and emotionally. And I'm going to say spiritually as well. Remember to balance your life. Make sure that you're eating well, because that's important. That you're getting enough rest. That's definitely important. And make time for play. And again, that play can be whatever hobby, or maybe you want to take a short trip, long trip. Do something with the kids. If you have smaller children, do something with your spouse, mate, partner, or even just have some chill fallback time for yourself, or chill time, or have that me time where you're going out maybe to a movie or dinner or just a walk in the park that costs nothing. Being in tune and being in tune with nature. Or if you have a park around, anything to just keep you in that good vibe, making you feel it's good when you feel good, because there's just so much going on in this world that we have to keep ourselves grounded. We have to protect our spiritual, our mental, our overall well-being is so important. So let's work on that. Quick fixes to get you started on a thriving path. Think about how you want to feel rather than what you want to have or do. Remind yourself of times in the past when you have felt like you were thriving. Visualize these times and remember how it felt. Make a vision board or get on Pinterest. Again, make a vision board or get on Pinterest, where you'll find inspirational quotes and ideas, and create a collage that reminds you of how you want to feel and what you want to do each day. I personally like vision boards. Haven't done it in quite some time, and I've talked about it before enough, so I need to act on it. Spend time every day in nature. Did I not just say nature is wonderful, people? Nature is so good. It costs nothing. You can walk in the park, have a little picnic, whatever works for you. Hear the birds chirp. Hear just all the different vibes. If you are near a beach, go to the beach. The ocean, the water, the sand. It's just a great feeling. Meditate. Whether that's sitting down, crossing legs and meditate, sitting in a chair, even doing walking meditation. That's good too. You can Google it. Walking meditation for me right now, I like. Just sitting down is can be a little challenging for me, just sitting and meditating, but I'm not knocking it. They do have different styles of meditating. Take a class or even attend a retreat. I personally wouldn't mind going on a retreat. I need a well-being retreat. I need a physical detox too. I think like they do a lot of those different types of things where you get spiritually connected with you and whatever your belief is in. So retreats are good. Grab a book by someone who inspires you. Yes. Motivational books are good. Inspirational books. There's a ton of books out there by well-known people and upcoming people who, local authors as well as very well-known authors who have motivational and inspirational books. Listen to a podcast or webinar. Webinars are very good. They have Zoom out here. They have other podcasts that's out here that's inspirational. They have those TED Talks that's out here. So there's lots of things. They have Aisha Speaks Jade. So tap into it. Do some research. There's plenty of resources out here. Do something that scares you. OMG. Okay, so off the top of my head, this. This has scared the hell out of me, and still I get anxiety. Whether you hear me on a live audio or I am doing or you see my face on my page, or even when I go out and I do some speaking engagement, anxiety a lot of times fly high and no one really knows. But I have to come back to center myself and just kind of chant and breathe in and out and just do what I need to do to get back. Because once I get into the flow of it, I'm into it. And that scares me. Having a business scares me. Wanting to move forward, but I know that it has to be done. And I have to get to a place where I've been that catch it, check it, change it. That's where I want to be consistent with that. Catch it, check it, change it. So yes, step out and do some things that scare you. Being on a plane by myself. I remember the first time I took a plane. I wasn't by myself when I first took a plane, but it scared me to no end. And now I feel like I'm a little pro at it now. I look forward to wanting to fly further. Will it scare me? Heck yeah. But I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone. And it works. So again, do something that scares you. Change a habit. We all have habits. We have good habits, we have bad habits. But let's change some of those bad habits into a positive thing. Don't say it can't be done, because you're already putting that out there. Change a habit. Change it into something wonderful and positive and awesome. Sometimes choosing to thrive feels more difficult than simply surviving. Developing the resilience to turn crisis into opportunity will ultimately serve you in every area of your life. Remember to treat yourself with the kindness and support and encouragement you would offer to others. So what you want, give it to others. Demand that from others. Okay? You want support, give support back. You want encouragement, give it back. Kindness, give it back. Again, we all know, and if you don't know, we can't change other people, but we certainly can change our behavior. Build yourself up. Build your self-esteem. I know I'm a person who has suffered or dealt with having very low self-esteem for many, many, many years for the different reasons that I have it. But you know what? I can choose to continue to blame other people for the way that they acted, or I can start with me and I can change that for myself, and it starts internally. I have to boost myself up. I have to know my worth. People, we must know our worth. We can't have people coming to destroy us or knock our self-worth or our self-esteem down. If you know that that person is not meant for you, please stop trying to change them. You can't. If they're not good for you, push them to the side or just get rid of them. Because it is affecting you mentally, psychologically, emotionally, all of it. So let's change a habit. And let's build ourselves up. Cheer yourself on and never doubt for a second that you are worth it. Okay? And I want to quote something from Maya Angelou. She said, "My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style." I'm going to say this again. These are the words coming from Maya Angelou. Her mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. And with that, much gratitude. Ashe.